Yeah, it's been a little bit of a while for us, but for people watching it, it'll just be a momentary lapse. So for us, we'll have a very brief recap, which, if you remember, following the events, there was a fire on the docks when you went to board the Gabriel, and it was raging and very nearly blew the entire ship to smithereens with all the gasoline that was in the hold. But thankfully, Sully saved the day by cranking that rig around, didn't he? And saved us all. And even heroically, George Macy and Professor Harrison ran and caught the culprit very easily, cold cocked him over the head, and brought him in, and he was known to the police. But unfortunately, because of this reprobate's actions, there was damage to the ship and you couldn't leave. So you were forced to restock and coalesce while the ship was repaired. And whilst you were doing that, you received a letter from the philanthropist and socialite Nicholas Roerick, if you remember. And you went to his hotel room. And he told you a tale that he was in touch with Professor Dyer, the man who was one of the main survivors of the last expedition. And he gave him a manuscript, a document, and he told him that it was something to give to Starkweather that said, do not go on this expedition, and here's why. But unfortunately, the Germans caught him, which is when you found him, and they took the document, so he can't show it you. And he never read it. But what he did reveal was that he believes Acacia Lexington may have dealings with these Germans, and they may be linked to something called a document, a book called The Narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym of Nantucket by Edgar Allan Poe. He said that her father had a copy with missing chapters in that were never published. And he said he died under mysterious circumstances as he was going to auction them off. And the reason why that's relevant is because the Germans were asking him about it and where the thing was, or at least about him, and he couldn't tell them anything because Lexington's father believed that the chapters proved the narrative wasn't just a story, and it was actually a non-fiction account. So you looked into it a little bit, but didn't particularly find anything major in them last few days, and you went ahead and got on the boat, sadly behind the SS Tallahassee that's taking Lexington to Antarctica ahead of you in the steamboat races. But luckily, on the 11th of September, 1933, finally, after a long time, you all set sail for the icy waters. And this is where our journey begins again. So, I'll put on a little bit of sound effects, I suppose. If I can. Where's my waves sound? I've got some waves.
Oh, nice. No, I usually just go to sleep in bed.
If we see you nodding off, we'll know. I'll be asleep, but you'll never know because I've got these on. So, we start in a cold, dark room. It is freezing outside. You can tell by obviously the fact that your skin is prickling. And Dr. Cross, you wake, and although you can't see, you know that there's frost on your breath. Your thin, scratchy woolen blanket is kind of pulled around you. You can feel the water making the ship undulate up and down quite roughly. Then somewhere outside of your room, in the muffled sound beyond the metal of the bulkhead, you can hear kind of shouts of panic.
What's going on? What's going on?
There's nobody else in your bunk room. The beds are still there, but there's nobody else there.
I go and walk over to the door and open it and look into the corridor.
You open it, okay. As you open it, you can hear the tink, tink, tink of like metal moving. And as the thing goes down, automatically the pressure of waves bursts the door open and throws you back against the wall. As seawater starts coming in and you start panicking, floundering as this thing just rises up incredibly fast and starts drowning the entire room. You're all on to pick yourself up from the torrent of waves. Sure enough, before much longer, you have only time to take one last breath above the ceiling of the air before you're underwater and everything is calm and black. But you can hear like that distant off sound of like the of waves above your head as this ship is creaking and cracking and tinging as it moves closer to the icy depths, and this water is freezing. And you can just hear, as you try and calm your heartbeat around you, and you take a minute while you've still got breath in your lungs to calm yourself down, and you can hear a whispered noise. 6310. 6310. You're like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Dr. Cross? Dr. Cross, are you okay? You look around and there's Dr. Green stood by the side of you. You're on the deck in your room, perfectly normal. You must have dozed off.
I'm sorry. What time is it?
It's 6. We've been summoned. Are you going to be all right?
Yes. Just let me splash some water myself, and I'll be out.
He looks concerned, but he nods and he says in a muted tone, "We start the treatment tomorrow. So if you need something, I can perhaps prescribe it to you in the interim."
No. I've got to go through this properly. I mean, I owe it to to Starkweather, to the expedition, to you, and to myself. Really.
Pats you on the shoulders. Says, I'm glad you see it that way. I'm glad you see it that way. You'll be fine. Yeah. So outside, he joins them. He says, "Okay, I'll be out here." Walks out, and you can see other people walking past the kind of galley, and you're all gathering in the officers' mess. So I'll put you all there, and I think you can see it all. It is, and everybody is kind of here. Yeah, it's 6 p.m. With barely any room, the crew of the Starkweather expedition and the non-essential crewmen of the SS Gabriel gather around the table, hustling and bustling with bottles of champagne. I'll see if I've got a crowd noise, actually. I'm sure I will have. Sure, I will have. Yeah. Ah, well, not to worry. Not to worry. Never mind. Yeah, so there's a few here. Yeah, you can talk a little bit if you want. People are kind of like, they're looking excited as they gather round. And you can see at the front, Starkweather and Moore are there with the captain, and they're talking, like, obviously making final preparations. It looks like they're about to make a speech.
You look like hell, Dr. Cross. You okay?
Yeah, I just think my shoulder's finally feeling better. I just had to kind of sleep that off for a bit. Couldn't like move my arm and everything, which is good. Oh God, there's so many people in here. I think I only recognise like half of them.
Yes. Yeah, and the guy next to you, he leans over and says, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I've never met half of you guys either. Everybody tends to keep to themselves, don't they? Yeah. There actually is a really disturbing guy next to you.
Leave me out.
Is that the drill technician?
It is.
Yeah, Mr. Gilmore. Yeah, he doesn't look well.
Which one's the German spy, do you think?
Exactly. I'll show you what he looks like for the people.
Oh my goodness!
Watching. Blimey.
Yeah, he actually looks like that.
What can I do a medicine check to see what condition would do that? Because that's not just acne.
Yeah.
Like frostbite or burns or something. I don't know.
Let's find out. Oh.
How many people is there altogether?
Many.
How many? What? Sorry.
How many people in the room?
There's about 30. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, from the patterns of his face, it looks like grafted skin. It looks very much like burns.
Oh wow! Okay. I
was wondering if it was.
You saw the guy from the from the fire earlier today, because that's really quick work.
These are old burns.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely old burns. Well, Starkweather turns around. He says, "Listen up, everyone! Listen up!" And he will jump onto the table, the captain's table. Something that Captain Vredenberg looks very less impressed about it as he starts pacing up and down this table. But Starkweather's oblivious. He waves his arms in a cutting motion, calming everybody into quiet. Gentlemen, right. Well, today marks a special occasion. He seems quite jovial, so he'll put up with a little bit of insolence around there. He says, we've got a momentous occasion coming up. We are finally taking our first step into the history books. And everybody cheers. Hooray! Cook, Riley, Lois and Clark, these are people who are remembered for their daring to take the steps that others would not. And that is us, my friends. That is us. Songs will be written in our names, the likes of which will be sung ages from now. And that warms my heart. I propose a toast. And some of the ship's crewmen start pouring out rum to everybody. When everybody's got the glasses, they'll lift it up, proudly smiling. And he says, I wish to propose a toast to the Start Weather Moor Expedition, and of course to the Gabrielle. Bless her and all who sail in her. Cheers! And everybody cheers. Yay, yay, yay! People start banging pots and pans around and then start singing. And they start singing some sea shanties. And you can join in if you want, because I'll show you the thing. You join in on the chorus if you want to.
Oh, okay.
Oh, don't know
Yeah.
this.
It's going to be the last shanty posted in.
Oh wow! I know when the
That's
start
right.
there was a young girl who lived in Nantucket, but I can't remember the end of it.
I think she tripped on a bucket. That's not the accountancy shanty.
And have a big monkey jacket all ready for a stand. For there blows some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. We'll
Scrape around, we'll scrub her with lonely stone and sand. There blows some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland.
I joined in then, but my singing voice is really quiet.
You're fine.
They suffered like hell on the way to Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Sully doesn't know any sea shanties.
No.
And it's just looking kind of bemused at everybody.
I don't know why I haven't had a sea shanty.
Yeah. I was waiting for the song and dance routine. The moment Starkweather jumped up onto the table.
Yeah, everybody does seem to be joining in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You could mumble along.
Yeah, so
Roll
it's kind of like.
And we'll scrub her with holy stone and sand. For there blows some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland.
George isn't much of a singer.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Also, I'm majorly embarrassed at this moment at the thought of singing.
Yeah. So,
George, not knowing the song, is just kind of like miming to it.
I'm just going to be pretending to be sipping my drink constantly.
fair enough.
It's the longest nurse.
A round of applause. Everybody claps and cheers. Hey!
Well done, well done.
It is a definite celebration. Everybody does seem in high spirits on that particular song, and it's kind of like a release. You can tell all the weeks of or days of stress and the incidents that have happened. This is kind of like a thank God they were finally out here. I would allow you to make a psychology check, though. Everybody can make it.
Everybody can make it, whether or not we should actually try or not. Psychology.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, just hit it.
Nicely done.
No, that's psych. Where is
I mean,
that?
to be fair, yeah, they're sailors. Yeah, that's fine. I know sailors.
No idea.
Okay.
Oh, I missed it by 20. I missed it by 14.
I missed it. Me too. I missed it by 14 as well.
Well, you can spend a luck if you want, but, or you can push. You can push the roll, but you have to say how. Don't forget them. Just a reminder. Did anybody pass? I'm just opening up summary rules and I've got
Dr.
them here.
Cross.
Dr. Cross.
Well, obviously he would have done because he's a doctor.
Yeah, he's not a doctor of the head though.
He might have a basic knowledge of it, which is why he passed.
I mean, the outside of the head.
Yeah. So you can see, whilst everybody is happy, and whilst everybody is performing, particularly those that are ship's crew, seem to be less jovial than everybody else.
Well, that's
In
why I
fact-
wasn't singing, you see, because I know sailors. I'm looking at them rather than the frontmen.
They're definitely, obviously, there's a couple more shanties sung after this, and it tends to be just like what you said at the start. People tend to gravitate into cliques and groups, and the sailors definitely start mingling with themselves, with the occasional glance towards the expedition crew. Yeah, and that's what you pick up from this scene. But eventually, as the sun goes down,
What about the captain? Does that include in the captain as well?
the captain tends to stay with Starkweather and Moore, but he will. The people give him pleasantries and he returns them. He's pleasant enough. He's not suspicious or anything like that.
I guess, does he look like he belongs in his uniform? You have brought someone in as a ringer who's never had an experience of anything larger than a fishing boat.
No. He definitely looks like he commands respect from his crew. He looks like he knows what he's doing for sure. The way he carries himself, his back is straight, his chin is up, it's a quiet confidence that he carries himself with. And he, as you can see, he's quite old as well. So, he's been about a bit. So it's quite obvious. During this time, Abelmal will seek you all out. And he'll kind of greet you all and say, hey again. He looks a little bit shy. He says, I didn't see you on the ship side. We didn't get to see much of each other after that incident at the hotel. And I was just inquiring after you that you're all right and things are okay.
Yeah, doing well. Thank you for your support during that difficult time there, Piers. So, what's the weather like?
Well, I hope you've brought some shorts because it's going to be fine weather for a few days yet. Heading down to Panama. It'll all be all right. Time to relax. There's not much to do on this tug. I intend to carry on and do some learning.
Nice to have some time to relax.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
precisely that.
We're with a lot of very learned people, a lot of skills. It's a good time to kind of learn off each other. Yeah.
I think there is a schedule. We'll see. And indeed, there will be. But as people disperse, First Officer Turlow will approach you all in different groups, but you're a group together. First Officer Turlow, find him. He looks like that.
Yeah.
He's rather
He says, he says, welcome aboard. This is the Gabriel. I've been instructed to give you all a tour in small groups. I'll not take you around the ship, but he pretty much will do. And he shows you some of the main areas. And he says, right, so here we've got on this deck, we've got the mess and the galley on the main thing. At the front of the ship, we've got cabins. Same with the rear. Those tend to be for the ship's crew. And then above us, above our heads right now, there's the the boat deck with the radio and the captain's cabin. And then on the top deck, there's the bridge. That's all fine. Obviously, it's officers only, unless there's something you need there. So you don't need to be wandering up there without a reason. Below us, there are some of the provisions, most of the provisions there. So we've got reefer space, refrigeration space, and the dogs are back there in their kennels. We've got your storage for your equipment and in the tween deck holds. And then below those, there's the engine and the gasoline, the ship, the aircraft, all that kind of stuff. And there's quite a lot of it. So it's quite dangerous. I wouldn't be going below the tween deck without, there should be no reason to go down while we're in motion. There's no reason, and it'll be pretty much forbidden. So don't be going down there. Okay.
Will the dogs
anywhere
be allowed
else
up on deck?
Oh, sorry.
Will the dogs be allowed up on deck?
No. Dogs and sea don't mix. Dogs and sea don't mix, ma'am. They'll be fine. The handlers are there to look after them. They'll be fine, especially when we get closer towards the circle. They're huskies, don't you know? So they like the cold weather. So this is going to be a bit bad for them. So I wouldn't be letting them out even if I could. I'm told that there will be breakfast served 8 a.m. every day, and I understand that there will be a briefing again, just like what you had at a hotel. So you're expected to be at breakfast. Mrs. Aldridge, you'll be dining here in the officers' mess.
Thank you.
And everybody else will be in the crew mess down the hall. Okay? Lunch will be at 12 while 1. And then there'll be an evening meal. Between them times, your time's your own. But, we're on here for a while. You're encouraged to socialize. And there will be optional training, from my understanding. And I believe Professor Moore's arranged that. It'll take about a week to get to Panama. Is there any questions?
We're making a stopover in Cuba, or is there? We just
we'll be hauling to pick on supplies, but we'll not be getting off the ship.
Gotcha. So it's a short stop.
A short stop.
Is there an evacuation process?
Women and children first.
Yeah, women and children first. So the lifeboats are on the boat deck above us. So there's some steps outside. When you go up, you'll see them strapped to the sides of the ship. They'll be lowered in the event of a crisis. But God willing, that won't happen. But you're right to raise it.
God's always looking after us.
Indeed. But I wouldn't focus too much on that. It's a sturdy ship, a strong ship, and we should be fine. If the danger will come when we get to the Antarctic with the icebergs and such, but we're a skilled crew and we know what we're doing. So we'll be able to, under Captain Vredenberg's guidance, we'll be able to see you to the South Pole, no problem.
Have you sailed with Vredenberg before?
I haven't, but other people have. He seems a good man. Yeah, he seems a good man. He's an experienced sailor. everybody I know speaks highly of him. So I'm sure he's fine. Of course, you know, I did know Captain Douglas, but he's no longer with us, so there's not a lot we can do about that.
No, terrible loss.
God rest his
That's
soul
right.
and all that.
Indeed. Well, I must get on with my duties, so I'll leave you to yours, and I'm sure see us each other throughout the cruise. So, at the bottom of the journal tab, you will see your agendas. I've gave you additional agendas, so you should see yours that says Act 2.
Gesundheit.
This is Act 1.
It says Act 1. It says Act 1, does it?
Act 2. Act
Okay,
3.
hang on then. Let me rectify that for you then.
Nice.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. In addition, there should be a folder that you can see called Expedition Crew. And in that, there'll be...
that.
Do you not see that?
No, I can just see the agenda one. That's all I can see.
Let's sort that then.
I've got it.
That'll be why.
There
So
it
there's
is.
two PDFs in that. One saying Expedition Crew, one saying SS Gabriel Crew. Each of them have like a space beneath them. That's for you guys as a collective to write notes about the person. And I've started by like putting in what you know of their personalities. So it's just a little bit of a guide as to who they are and what they like. Which, you know, you can use or not use however you want to. And there's a bit at the end with like notes on that, yeah?
Probably.
You'll
I
see.
say refuse to connect. I can't see anything, but don't worry about it. I mean, as long as somebody else can see it.
I can see it.
Yeah, worry not. We'll have a look at that in a mo.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Start with it doesn't look quite as bonkers as I thought he would.
Okay.
Got to be honest.
He don't mean that he's not bonkers though, eh?
Can he?
I don't know why, but I've got this picture in my head that he looked a lot more like Groucho Marx. Unlike William Moore, who does indeed look quite a lot like Groucho Marx.
Yeah. Suppose they do. Right. So, the journey to Panama is going to take a week of time. Okay. And we're going to play it out minute by minute. No, we're not.
I'm going to spend the first half of my day lying in my cabin, lying in my bunk, polishing my rod.
Indeed.
For the next 5 minutes.
So throughout
then I'll have a nap.
Throughout the week, you're going to encounter the crew in dribs and drabs and the expedition crew in dribs and drabs. You're going to be going to and fro to the mess at meal times and all that kind of stuff, okay? So you can visit specific people if you want in between them times, if you ask to do so, unless there's something specific you want to do each day or something specific happens, then the day will pass uneventfully. Okay? Right. Okay. So, like I said, the rest of the day, by the time you've done the drinking and the tour, it's dark outside and everybody's just exhausted from getting the Gabriel ready, so they'll have an early night. So most people head to bed, and that's what the situation is. So that will be the rest of the 11th of September. Okay? You get to the 12th of September. There's very little happens. There's some crosswind that you find from the ship, but otherwise it's fine as you travel down past Washington, D.C. and Delaware. And you can see on the horizon, particularly towards the coastline, there are some warships out in the sea. Anything anybody wants to do specifically that day?
There'll be US warships.
Oh, fine. Yes, because there'll be all the naval dockyards and all that kind of stuff around there. Now, you have a map of the world on here as well, which I will update. So if you're very curious about where you are, you can always examine that. You'll see where you are. Okay.
What are the Sorensen brothers? Do they just keep themselves generally, or do they mix with any of the crew at all?
Well, that's very interesting because you can see that now they're underway. One of them does. There's an older one and a younger one. And the older one does seem to keep himself to himself. I think that's Nils.
Nils looks like the older one, yeah.
Yeah. Nils is definitely keeping himself to himself. But Gunnar, he's actually really sociable. And he becomes a boisterous kind of Norwegian, slapping people on the back, wanting more rum, playing cards, all that kind of stuff. He really comes to life on this ship as you're playing, particularly as he's winning money off people. It's a stark kind of difference between it, but he does it good-naturedly rather than sadistically.
Maybe he just doesn't like New York.
I mean,
yeah,
maybe
he does.
I'm kind of interested in Nils then. So I'm gonna. I mean, it's going to be difficult, I suppose, to kind of interact during the day. Where probably all people have got things that they'll be doing, right? Is that the case? Or...
There's some training. You get like a list of training
nice.
that comes out as well. That's kind of posted in the mess. I think I've got a thing of it.
Because I need all the training.
I have. So you can choose to attend the training in the days if you wish to.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
So on this one, today's training is all about climbing and the use of ropes and other gear.
Woohoo!
Okay. Oh.
Very necessary to make sure the rope is tight, because the tighter the rope, the less likely it is to chafe.
That's right. And funnily enough, it's Nils Sorensen that's teaching it on this one.
Okay. This is the technical climbing stuff, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's how to tie a harness, how to tie basic knots, what you need to do to make sure you're secure, all this kind of stuff.
Which Sorensen is it? Nils or
Nils, the jovial one?
Yeah, I'm going to go along to that then. Oh no, no, Gunnar's the jovial one.
Yeah,
the younger one.
So
Nils.
everybody's encouraged. Yeah, he's the younger one that's jovial. If your skill in climbing is under 50%, then you can roll a d20, and if you get under the extreme success version, which is a fifth of that skill level. It should be on your sheet. So if you roll a d20 and you get under that, then it increases by 1d10. So
Climbing, did you say?
D20.
Right.
Yes,
It's
a
not really
D20.
worth me taking that one.
If your skill is
climb's only
over
20, so-
50%, you can't advance. So
Mine's
for
20, so just
example,
roll.
Dr. Cross, his climb, his extreme is 4. So if you roll a d20 and get 4 or under, your skill will immediately go up by 1d10.
Okay.
Okay?
So you want to go
Mine's
for when you got the
20, what am I
lowest
rolling?
on, basically.
Yeah.
Well,
Rolling D20.
today it's just climb. Yeah.
Okay.
So climbing is the only
Common
one
rolling,
that's
So it's
D20.
it's
D20.
climbing or nothing. Yeah, today. Today's
And that
lecture is on
doesn't do
climbing.
nothing.
And they're all
well done.
expecting you to go to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
we're all
wow.
expected to go to it.
Awesome.
Is that a pass?
So-
or
Well, if
let's
you
have a
look at
look.
your climb skill,
a 20?
yeah, so it
Yeah.
is then. So it's 4 is what
It
you
is.
need, 4 or less.
That's right. So roll a d10.
I can't believe it.
Oh,
Can you spend
man.
luck on it?
Yeah, I'll let you spend luck. Yeah. Oh, wow. Doris, you can put your climb up by 10%.
Wow.
So you get a lot out of
wow.
that training. You get a lot out of that training. You
How
might
do I
have
make it
to.
go up?
Yeah, look, shall I do it for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your luck is now.
So I got 10 8.
My
Your luck
climb's
is
20.
now 30. Your thing is now 30.
Fine. Woo. That, later on in the game, that will pay off. That will.
Just think that extra 10% could be clutched towards us succeeding in this adventure and all coming home alive.
It
Make
could.
another cup of tea. Sorry about that. My lad made the one go
All right.
cold.
All right. So Harrison's passed and he's gone up by 1, sadly. But 1 is better. It could save your life. Mm-hmm.
How do I edit?
There's Is what, sorry?
How do I edit that?
You'll need to click the padlock
on the
at the
top
top.
right. Yeah, top right, there's a padlock. That's right. So once you've done that, I would say, again, you can make another psychology check, everybody.
But you can't.
Apart from Dr. Cross. Dr.
I've
Cross.
already made it.
Nope.
Dr. Cross may have already made it, but he's actually spending most of his time in his room.
Oh,
Tied
Not
to the
present
bed.
for a lot of it.
Giggity.
That's why I didn't get the climbing. It's like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm too busy sweating and vomiting in my...
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So, let me, I think this is the main deck now. So on this day, on the 13th, 12th even, who is going to be hanging around in the officers' mess around the later in the evening? Who's going to be around there?
Well, there's only one of
The
them.
mess is in the dinner room. The mess is the dinner room where you all gathered.
Yeah, okay, not me then. I'm having sherry with the officers.
I'll be in there, I guess.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Why not? Looking for somebody to play cards with.
I'll put you in because it's easier to do that. So as you're there, Turlo's not there. And as you're in there, somebody comes. Can you not see yourself?
I've just got a black screen. I can see myself on screen.
But their tokens aren't on there. That's all.
All right. I thought you were on deck.
Oh, how it's gone. Yeah, no, I thought it was. Yeah,
I'll take you all off and put you all on. If I do that and I do that, are you there now? Yeah, you should all see yourself now. So, yeah, Sully, as you're there,
Yep.
This guy, Myers, comes up. He approaches you. He says, "Can I have a word?" And if you remember, he's the one that tended to be in the restaurant bit of the hotel, reading books on fossils and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess as he comes over, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to offer out my hand to shake his hand. Hey, Dr. Myers.
He shakes it.
Yeah.
Says, "Yeah.
Take a seat."
Yeah. Thanks. And he'll obviously get a drink or whatever, have a drink with you. Says, I've been meaning to ask you a question. I've seen you hanging around with some of the others, and I want to know, what is this thing that you've brought?
Thing? Are you referring to Dr.
Mrs.
Cross?
Aldridge.
Wow.
Yes.
Harsh, but
No. He will pull out a...
Is it the newspaper clipping?
He will pull out a newspaper clipping that says about the black rod being a weird thing. That you're looking at planting evidence.
Yeah, so I'm looking. Now this was a fake news story. We found some kid reporter. He was going into our hotel rooms and making stuff up about the expedition. I just think he was trying to get some juicy headline, you know?
Sure. That I'm not worried about. I just want to know about this black rod.
Okay. Well,
Is it yours?
Who met me? I mean, I don't know. I've never seen this thing before. I don't know what it is. What is it? Why are you so interested?
Because it looks intriguing. I've not seen anything quite like it, and it's clearly not a prop. It seems legit. It's not something anybody should be messing about with. It looks like it's possibly been taken from a museum or something. And I wanted to have a closer look at it. I figured I've seen you and Mrs. Aldridge and Dr. Cross and everybody else hanging together a lot. And I figured it was around one of you guys.
The newspaper report didn't mention whose room they found it in, though, did they? It was just that we were planning. I mean,
that's right.
I mean, this could be I don't know, could be an image out of a museum brochure for all I know. I mean,
it's on a hotel bed mattress. I don't think so.
I don't know. Maybe it was something the kid had brought along with him to stage it all. I don't know.
And that anyone in his right mind can see it.
Hey, look, I mean, if you'd have checked the newspaper a day or two later, he completely retracted that. I think he did. Did he? Because I know we threatened him, didn't we?
You did threaten.
Well, the police came and got him.
Yeah. The police came and got him, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, he was carted off by the boys in blue. You know what I mean?
Sure. Like I said, I'm not bothered about what the kid reporter said. I just want to look at the thing. It seems more than just a tool, more than just a phony prop. I really would like to see it.
I just gonna smile at him and I'll be like, I don't know what to tell you. From what I heard, it was just some publicity thing that this reporter was trying to put out. I wish I could help, but
I get it. Well, if you happen to talk to your friends at some point tomorrow, tell them I'm interested. That's all.
Yeah, okay, sure. I'm genuinely confused because I'm thinking it was a fake story. The kid said it was bullshit.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of genuinely befuddled by what he's asking.
And nothing to do with George's rolled up piece of fruit
Listen,
that he was carrying around with him.
It's a banana, honestly. It's not anything else.
Hey,
look, if I hear anything, of course I'll let you know, Dr. Myers.
Well, I'm glad. Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, nice talking to you anyway.
Sure.
And I'll offer my hand for him to shake it again.
He will. He'll shake it in a manly way. No hard feelings. He shrugs. Says, "Remember, I'm interested."
Yeah.
And then he will leave. Based on that.
Oh, hey, 1 second.
Yeah, he'll stop, turn round.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably familiar with the lake expedition, right?
He sighs and nods. Yeah, sad news.
What do you think happened?
Frowns and says, "What do you mean?" He found some stuff. They were in a terrible accident. Do you think they're not?
You didn't know Professor Lake.
I knew him by reputation. Remarkable archaeologist and geologist.
Yeah.
The guy. Yeah, he knew his stuff. Until I found out what happened to him, I was kind of envious, to tell you the truth.
I mean,
I was in a dig on my own.
I don't know much about the weather, but from the sound of things, that storm that they got caught in, that sounds pretty unreal to me.
Well, yeah, I've spent my entire career messing about in sand, so I'm not an expert on Antarctic weather, but from what I hear, the talk later on this week is going to explain all the weird weather that we can encounter. It sounds like it's a bit of a theme in that place. It can make you hallucinate and all that kind of stuff, just like the desert. Perhaps it's got weird things that happen with the wind. I wouldn't worry too much. I mean, we as people, especially like the ancient Egyptians and stuff like that, they used to ascribe stuff to natural occurrences, said it was the will of the gods, and you know which way they went.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I wouldn't pay too much mind. It's just a tragedy.
Yeah, sure. He was a friend of mine. That was all.
I'm sorry to hear what happened to him.
I'm just, a little bit confused that maybe he'd have been caught out by something as trivial as the weather. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey, like you say, I mean, the things that they described him, that they found. I mean, what do you think? What do you think they are?
Whew. Oh, well, that's why I'm here. I have never heard of anything even close to that. This is career defining. If we can find them fossils, it could rewrite everything. Everything.
You're calling them fossils, but I don't know. I thought fossils were just rocks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. True. But again, the ice has amazing properties and it's got a way of preserving things. So, yes, you're right. There is an element of that. It would be organic matter rather than a true fossil, but it's not like it can come back to life. It's just dead matter encased. So from that sense, it's kind of a technicality.
Yeah,
but it's not like you can call it.
I'm no archaeologist, paleontologist, or whatever the hell they call them. Anyway, yeah, I don't want to keep you. Good talking to you.
You too. Remember, I'm interested. He'll walk off. So
I need to be on this boy.
For the rest of the day, Dr. Green helps Dr. Cross with the detox.
No.
He starts passing it off as an illness because within 6 hours of your last dose, you develop a profuse fever, becoming noticeably weaker, and you're unable to sleep. You start getting stomach cramps, and it's a rough night, even though the sea is quite calm. So, September the 13th rolls around. I will update the map. Yeah. Oh, check for natural healing on Dr. Cross and George Macy.
Whoa.
Have you got anything to heal? If you have, you can make a con check.
Yeah, I'm
natural
still on
healing.
6 hit points out of 11.
Right, so if you've got stuff to heal, then
I may have failed it spectacularly.
Yeah, you make a con check.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Well, that makes sense.
I'm down a hit point as well. Actually,
Look at you! I got a 99. My liver's just hemorrhaged.
Can't remember if I made a note of yours, Sully. So you may as well roll yours now as well.
Okay.
I can't remember when you took it.
No, me neither. Oh, it might have been in that. It was when I think Dr. Cross pretended to hit me. Yeah, I succeeded in that, so I can go up to.
If you succeeded, you healed 1d3. So
I only
you're gonna heal one automatically. So
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Right, September the 13th. Okay, this is a hot day. You're not at Cuba. You are actually passing down by Carolina. Which I knew you were going to say that. I knew it. Which I believe is kind of there.
That's in there. In that case, I am without a doubt in my 1930s style swimming trunks. You know, the ones that go from your belly button all the way to just below your knees, on the poop deck, having a sunbathe.
It is just a name.
It is indeed really hot.
Presuming this thing has got a poop deck.
Yeah, well, it's certainly got a deck.
I'll be up near the bow where I may enjoy the cooling spray of the waves breaking across it.
Yeah, there is. There's like a front raised area on the bow where the cabins are on the, what is it,
foredeck,
on the foredeck. But there is like a raised area where the anchor is. And And yeah, you can sunbathe on there quite nicely, as some of the expedition may well be joining you.
Got to enjoy the warmth while it's there.
That's right. However,
Work on that tan.
Yeah. However, for Dr. Cross, the night's been rough. Your eyes are puffy and they sting, and every part of you aches, like a terrible wrongness has seeped into you from the night. Your nose is a constant stream, and you feel on edge. Every pitch and yaw of the ship is going through you. If you think about it too long, you start to feel the nauseous, unusual for somebody who's found their sea legs so long ago. Thinking about that brings the feelings that you'd rather not dwell on. So you shut it out of your mind. It's perhaps a good thing that you can't sleep, because what true horrors await you if you close your eyes? Morphine wasn't an end in itself. It was a way to stop the hurt, the memories. The prospect of their return now is perhaps even more daunting than the adventure to the Antarctic itself. So, today's training is all about, you visit the doggies, and it's about how to drive a dog sled and animal handling. So you can... Yeah, Dr. Cross is in no condition to undertake training today. However,
no dog
those that do, it's the same principle. You'll roll a d20 under your extreme, and you can choose either drive dog sled or animal handling. And it's all about basic animal care and the use of a sled.
You have to choose before you roll.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Right, I'm going to go for animal handling.
I'm going to go for dog sled.
Oh wait, I've got to roll a 20, haven't I?
Because I think it's an emergency thing we might need.
Animal handling.
So close.
Oh.
I don't know what your animal handling was.
My animal handling is 5.
Oh yeah.
Look, it was worth a go because before
I know it definitely was.
Right, before we can drive the dog sled, before we can drive the dog sleds out there, we've got to get the dogs onto the sleds.
Yes.
And animal handling may be involved for that.
You could spend 5 luck to pass that though, couldn't you?
Yeah. In fact, I'll put the party token on, and then I'll send you to the kennels so you can see them. But hopefully you can see it.
Yeah.
5 look.
This is where the kennels are.
It'll take me down to 47 look.
What do I need to roll if my dog sled was 20?
4 or less.
Oh, I think I might have failed that.
Oh, wait, you privately roll it, Ange?
How do I... No, I just didn't roll it.
No, you privately rolled some dice, it says.
How do I roll that?
You've clicked on the little spy icon, haven't you? No.
I was trying to send Lee a message. That's why I'm private.
All right. Oh, okay.
You know what? I'm going to spend. I'm going to spend the 5 look. How much do I get to put my animal handling up by?
1d6.
D10.
Oh, D10.
Oh,
D10. If you pass
it. Hang on. Right.
Cheated and rolled again, and I still failed.
Praise RNG. Praise RNGesus.
So this,
nice.
This training is undertaken by Fiskerson and Pulaski. Yep. Ernie Fiskerson and Greg Pulaski. Obviously, they're kind of like not, foreign Norwegian. They'll teach you all about it, and they call their dogs different names. They've all got names on these dogs, and they're all they bring them out individually. to teach you all. But this is where they are, and this is the kind of noise they make. You can't help but smell the place stinks of dog. It's not so good. They're really kind of suffering under this weather. You can tell when you stroke them, you can feel like they're burning hot.
All you can do is spray them with seawater.
Yeah.
Which is great, but that washes all the poo out the cages, and it just kind of like settles all over the floor.
Definitely.
Makes it smell a bit worse.
It's very clear. It's very, very clear that Pulaski and Fiskerson love these dogs to bits. They take good care of them. And they say they'll spend a lot of their time on this trip down here with these dogs, making sure they're all right.
How do I put my animal handling up, by the way?
So on the top right of your sheet, there's a padlock, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yep. Make sure I've got the right one. 12. Oh, yeah, double figures.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry for the interruption.
All right. Okay. Is there anybody else doing anything that day? Or want to do anything that day?
Did you see my private message?
Let me have a look.
It used to be I didn't. Private message GM, and I can't see it.
It is. It's the little spy icon.
No, it says private GM role.
But I think if you... Or do you type...
Okay.
/
yeah, I can see it.
Sorry.
GM. Yeah.
As I'm spending a lot of time with Dr. Green, could I attempt to kind of like charm him to be like my best bud?
Oh.
Yeah.
Not trying to get out of anything, just trying to get him to, like me a bit more.
Do you need friends?
Yeah, I want to make a friend.
Nice.
Extreme friend.
Nice. I'm
Hard
gonna
friend.
make I was gonna say I'm gonna make a roll because he's a physician and he knows the dangers of befriending your patients. So he's gonna make a medicine check, and if your quality beats his quality,
I'm not trying to steal his scripts. I mean, come on.
I know. No, it's fine.
Nah, he's falling for it.
He does think you're a nice guy.
You would steal them.
Good.
Yeah. Not a problem. So
I'm just like telling him some jokes, some anecdotes from my time in the Navy and things, and and maybe finding out if he served in what happened if he served in the First World War. Probably not because he's American. But I'm also trying to find out some information about if he knows any of the others who are on the expedition. He's kind of like worked with previously. Whether he's come completely cold like we have, not knowing anyone on board.
Okay. He says that he's known Moa for a little bit. And he came in a little bit before everybody else, which is why he was there when you turned up originally. But he doesn't know everybody. The guy who he's bonded with most is Peter Sykes, who's a guide. But he says, everything else is kind of new to him. He just wants the adventure. He's done most things. And he'll confide in you that actually once upon a time he was a ballroom dancer.
Wow.
I think I missed that last time he said it. So
Yeah.
Wow.
He says, I've done a few things in my life and I tend to get bored. So, this is the next thing that I'm trying.
I mean, way to denegate the whole medical profession. Why'd you become a doctor? Well, I was bored of being a board.
Yeah, yeah.
Give it a go.
I was
Yeah.
bored, so I thought, you know what, 5 years of medical school is the perfect break.
It's like when I had my hand done, the guy who did my hand was a wing commander in the RAF and a surgeon. And it's like, come on, guys.
Wow.
Overachieve or something. This guy too.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, yeah, if there's nothing else on this day, the day will
Well,
pass.
May I
Yeah,
attempt
yeah.
something?
Well,
I want to-
I'll put you back in the main deck.
I'd like to see if I can meet up with Professor Albemarle, Dr. Albemarle.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can find him in his quarters, which you can find him in his quarters, which if I put you on outside, I don't know if it'll mess it up or not. Does it send you to your token, or are you still with the main investigation token?
Well, I'm still in the
Or about that?
oh no, that's it. Yep, that's fine. Yep.
Right.
So I'll knock on his door.
Okay. Yeah. He opens it up and he looks a little bit worried. And he sighs as he sees you. Oh, it's you. Okay. Come on in. Yeah.
At least you didn't say it's only you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Says, I apologize. I was, I thought you were someone else.
Mrs.
Remember,
Aldridge.
he's interested.
What do we think here about Mrs. Aldridge?
No.
Oh,
He
sorry, I'm not
laughs
in
a little
Ignore
bit.
me.
He laughs a little bit. He says, oh, no, nothing like that. I thought you were one of the officers or the crew or something like that. Yeah, how can I help you?
Well, as it happens, Professor, you know, I'm one of the pilots on this expedition, and I'm kind of interested because I've heard, obviously, some of the terrible things about the weather here, and I kind of figure that forewarned is forearmed, if you know what I mean.
I'm not sure I do follow.
I mean, you heard about what happened to Professor Lake's expedition.
I sure did. It was a freak accident, from what I heard.
I mean, I heard it was the weather that put paid to him.
Oh, sure. Sure. Antarctica gets some mighty storms. There is some strong winds, etc. Can bury a man in minutes. Sure. But as he says that, you do see a little bit of doubt on his face. And it kind of reminds you as well, in case you can't remember, that some of the reports said that these guys were like dismembered.
There, I did remember that, which is, yeah, which is something I was going to be bringing up.
Yeah, he says, so, yeah, the wind can bury a man in minutes. In a layer of snow.
Know, if I'm going to be flying an aircraft through that kind of stuff, I just want to know what to expect. I mean, winds that can, rip a guy's arms and legs off. I mean, that sounds like it would make pretty short work of an airplane.
Says, well, that was a little bit of an exaggeration, I'm sure. The winds may be strong, but they can't do that. Or you know how it is. The press get hold of something and raise all kind of hell. As I understand, they mattered with yourselves. Yeah, and in fact, they like to talk a little. Take for example the whole debacle with Miss Lexington, and all that. They want a story, so I think they exaggerated that. Yeah, the wind can't do that to a man. Not in Antarctica, anyhow.
No, I mean, it sounds impossible, right? You know, the wind.
Under extreme circumstances, maybe in the windy U.S., where if you're tied to a post or something, and a hurricane comes along, maybe. But I can't say that there's many hurricanes in Antarctica.
No, I mean, what kind of speed would a wind need to be to tear a man limb from limb?
Oh,
but let's bear in mind here that Professor Lake was no amateur at this thing. He knew what he was doing.
He frowns and says, "Yeah, that's a good point. Like I said, over 100 miles an hour, for sure. Get to those kind of speeds, the kind that you would see in a wind tunnel, like the kind that would come out of, one hand being caught on a jet while you stayed put, while your foot was nailed to the floor. That kind of force, the over 100 miles an hour for sure. It's just not possible. Not in Antarctica. It's not. So yeah, you're right. It is weird, but I don't believe any of those reports. I think they were an exaggeration, and I'm sure it was just a thing, a freak accident. But when he says that, he looks actually worried, like you have worried, and he's trying to convince himself. He says, Can I ask you something?
Sure.
He says, have you dealt with the cargo and that, right?
Sure, yeah.
Do you know any last minute shipments come on board, like a big chest? Like a steamer trunk? Is there any kind of equipment or something like that we not accounted for?
I mean, I've spent a bit of time down the hold when we were loading the ship, but do I remember anything like that?
No, nothing like that.
Who does it belong to?
Well, I don't rightly know. I just saw it come on board, and it made me a little bit puzzled. I'm sure it's fine.
Can he recall what day that was? I mean, were we loading particular holds on particular days, for example?
Most of it was loaded by the 8th. It was only like a couple of things dockside that were burnt in terms of the materials.
Yeah.
It was more fuel that was destroyed than anything else. So the delay will gain more aviation fuel more than anything else.
I'm just thinking, obviously, if he knows when this item when he saw this item being loaded
Yeah.
on, would that give me any idea as to which part of the ship it would have been put into, like which hold?
Yeah. Well, all the bottom holds will have been full a long time ago, so it will all be on the tween deck or or crew quarters or something like that.
Yeah,
And he says
I don't recall.
No, it was about an hour before we set sail.
Last minute.
It was on the 11th.
Okay.
So the ship crew got it on.
Was there something about this that attracted your attention?
He laughs a little bit, but nervously. Says, well, I don't want to set any rabbits running or anything like that, but they were as skittish as a raccoon. They were looking around mighty, and I'm just thinking with all the fire and stuff like that, it just made me a little bit nervous.
Oh, right. So I get it. Yeah.
When
they were loading on the ship, it was almost like they were trying to sneak it on. Is that what you're saying?
It sure is, but I don't know if I trust my judgment in that. I could have been a little bit paranoid.
I mean, that would make sense after everything that's been going on, right?
Exactly.
Can I ask you a question? Did you did anybody speak to you before we left about the expedition, about warning you not to go? Did you get anything like that?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I must confess, but I spent most of my time poring over reports and dealing with my assistant. No, I can't rightly say I did, but I seen you walking around with the others. I knew something was happening. I knew it. The second Dr. Cross came out like that, I said to myself, there's something going on. I was right. So I'm not good with the physical aspects of things, but if you need anything else, I can help.
Sure.
I'd like to help. I'm
Yeah,
worried.
no problem.
I'm worried, Sully.
Well, look,
I think there's something going on here between you and me. But I can't go to Starkweather or more with it because I can't find any evidence, and I'm not about to go rooting through people's stuff. So they might drop me off on the way to Antarctica, and I can't risk that.
No, sure.
But I think I'm watching, and I think something's happening.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, let's if I hear anything about that lockbox, I'll let you know. Sure, just to put your mind at rest. I'm sure it's nothing.
Thank you. I'm sure it's nothing as well.
And if I can help you in any way, you can just let me know.
I will. So he'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And the rest of the day carries on. So September the 14th. When I alter the calendar. Okay. Right. September the 14th. We pass by Georgia into Florida. The air grows even hotter. You can hear, even in the middle of the day now, and even above decks, you can hear the Huskies, the distant call of the Huskies, complaining. No, It's like a constant drone in the background. That's right. I'll shift the ship on the map in a minute. Okay. Dr. Cross, you are in hell. You must be. You feel like you've had only 3 hours sleep in 3 days. Despite being more tired than you've ever been, the wrongness within you isn't a poison. It's a deep dread that seeps into every fibre of you. A deep-seated knowing of what's coming. He tried telling Dr. Green, of course, but he didn't care. He watched you panicking, and he was sympathetic, but he wasn't going to back down about your opinion that this was a bad idea to actually detox on this boat. The simple-minded bastard just smiled weakly, and he told you it'd be all right, but you know it's not going to be. You can feel their presence, like cutthroats slipping aboard the Gabriel, stalking through the corridors to your room. You know the man, the one with your face, is outside your very room, waiting, just waiting for you to fall asleep so he can cut your gullet and drag you down into those murky depths to join the others. The time you feel like you're drifting off to sleep, despite yourself, and you see the cabin's roof undulating like it's the surface of the water, a grim portent of what's to come. In those moments, as you jolt back awake, there's one sentence on your lips, filled with 4 strange numbers. 6, 3, 1, 4. And as for everybody else, it's more training time. And today...
6314, wasn't it 6310 before?
No. Don't you question it.
Yeah. Well,
It's counting
maybe.
up.
Up to you.
Something. Yeah.
Maybe.
I shouldn't have said anything. I was just thinking, did I
Sure,
write that
nothing to
down
worry
wrong?
about.
Yeah.
It
No, you just
doesn't
go
involve us.
manage.
It doesn't involve us.
That's right. So let me go back. So the training is polar survival again, but this time it's about individual movement and safety. So this one is polar survival, or survival brackets polar.
Oh. Okay.
So what we rolling on?
So for you, Doris, it's a 2 or less on a D20.
Well, I may as well roll as well.
What? 2 or less. What am I looking? Which one am I looking? We rolling on?
Oh,
You roll a
survival
D20.
polar.
Yeah, survival
Oh.
polar.
2 or less. Yeah, that's not going to happen, is it?
You never know.
I got an 11.
Oh, you're privately rolling again.
Oh,
You
yeah.
cheeky monkey.
Honestly, boo.
I can see it.
If you right click and you can reveal it, I think, Edge.
So again, you can use your luck if you want to drag them down.
A lot of luck.
Yeah.
It is, but will you benefit more from the skill?
No.
Well, that's why you're not learning anything. You're like, why do I need to know all this? We've got experts who know this.
That's more like, no.
Yeah.
I can't do this. I don't know. I can't. Okay.
Okay. Right, has everybody rolled? Okay.
It was a complete success for everyone.
It was.
I'm going to spend
Yeah,
some time
so that
with
was about...
I was just going to say I'm going to spend some time with my maps and checking my maps and then comparing them with another thing that I've got in my session and comparing with that. Then maybe I'm going to wander around, and I'm going to try and find out who actually out the sailors and that might have some idea about map reading or the issue.
Yeah. So, like I said, the best person is probably First Officer Turlo or one of the other ship's officers when they're not on duty. So you can Turlo, yeah. So I'll put you in the mess with him. If you want to talk to him there, if you want to talk to him somewhere more private, you can do.
Who's in there?
Yep. So he's in the mess when you find him.
Well, I would probably been in, maybe if I was in there with a couple of maps out and a couple of reference books.
Okay.
When he comes in, I would sort of basically say, oh hi, I understand you're quite informed when it comes to map reading.
I try to be, ma'am. It's part of sailing. It's what keeps us afloat and keeps us on course.
And I'll say, I was just looking at the map area where we're going. Are you to speed on that?
Yeah. We're on course. We're on, all aim to get there in good time. In fact, I think the way we're going, we're going to be in good stead. Why do you ask?
I'm saying, you see this area here, and I'll show him where the map of where we're going to do the expedition. So like actual landmass sort of thing. And I'll say to him, I was doing some research before I came, and I just found an old bit of paper with a different kind of map on the area, and I'll just say, I was wondering if you knew. Have you been to this area? Have you before?
So you're showing him the map on the vellum, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not going to give it him to like a massive look, sort of like just a sort of glance and say, I'm going to show him. We've got the maps of where we're going. So they're on the table, and I've put some like little markers on the bit where I think things might match up with the piece of paper that I've got, and then say, I was just trying to match this up, and give it as a glance, and I'll say, does it? What's your thoughts, kind of thing.
He looks at it and he's very confused. He's like, I have no idea where that landmass is. And he's like, he says, can I? And starts kind of like turning it this way and that. Says, I'm not really sure. Now, if are you sure it's not just like an artistic thing?
Maybe.
Looks like an artistic thing. I wouldn't have a clue. I mean, I can't see any discernible part of it. Looks like it's going to fall apart. Where did you find it?
Did my research. It was just something to kill a few hours. Seeing if I can match it up, that was all. But I couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. So it must be no use or interest. It must have been as you say, a foible of somebody's. No worries. Thank you anyway.
Okay. That's fine. He just smiles politely, like, why would you think that were anything to do with anything? But later on that night, as Professor Harrison is kind of heading back to his quarters, you can see outside there is, I'll just put him in here. Outside, you can see.
Dr. Harrison.
Professor Harrison, you can
Dr.
see
Professor
more.
Aaron.
yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
Dr. Jones.
yeah.
Dr. Jones.
You can see Willard Griffiths is arguing with Moore outside Moore's quarters. He says, "Look, he's not gonna listen to me, but he'll listen to you. You need to make the call, Professor.
Ooh.
It's not right." And Willard glances your way, but doesn't particularly change anything. But it looks like Moore's really annoyed.
So was it Willard and Moore? Was it the two people?
So Willard Griffiths is talking to Professor
Griffiths.
Moore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Says, "Look, if I'm right, it's a problem. If I'm wrong, nothing bad can happen. Just give the order."
Mm-hmm.
Is there something I can help you guys with?
Moore says, "No. No. The conversation's over. There's nothing to discuss. Starkweather's made his decision." Says you, and before he can say anything more, the door is shut, and Griffiths kind of like kicks the wall. "Damn it, idiot!"
I thought there was supposed to be the Starkweather and Moore expedition, but it seems to be just Starkweather's making the decisions.
Well, indeed.
What was the problem you were trying to fix?
He sighs. He says, "Look, you know as well as I do, there's been some screwy things going on around here.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced that it's all over. Do you think that mystically, once we've gone away, that things are going to run absolutely smooth? There's been..."
I mean, the fact that they went all the way up to like actual destructive sabotage would, who would just call it quits and then go home.
Exactly.
Out here on the sea, we're probably more vulnerable.
He looks around, makes sure nobody's listening to him, and he walks up to you closer. Says, Did you know that Starkweather's had people killed?"
I did not. Recently?
No. He's an incompetent man. He's got people killed on other expeditions. I looked into it.
Bit of a glory hound, is he?
And I'm convinced that the man is a liability. I asked Moore if he would check the gear. That's all. I just wanted to get into the holds and check the cold weather gear one more time. If I'm right, it's a problem and people could get hurt. If I'm wrong, I would be the first one to put my hand up. And it's fine. Man is going to get people hurt. Unfortunately, while ever Moore is going to be a lackey, then he's going to put us all in danger.
I mean, is it something you can get away with, or something you could wait till the next port? Because at least, when we dock next, I'm sure the ship will be a lot quieter if you need to do some checks.
That's what Moore said. He said, while we're moving, it's too dangerous.
I don't see how.
We're going to waste time. If we don't find out while we're docked, we're going to waste time. I'm all for getting to the camp. We don't know what Lexington's going to do.
I wouldn't be surprised if he puts people on watch now that you've embraced the point.
Yeah, exactly.
So you might have to wait till we get to dock. I mean, I'll give you a hand. It's worth checking. I mean, hell, we spent enough time checking his fucking supplies the first time around. So, like, we'd probably be in a better place to know if anything's amiss.
That's right. Hey, that's right. You could check them, yeah. All right. Well, for now, we've got no option but to sit tight. But yeah, I think if you can, tell Starkweather. Maybe a bit of pressure will change his mind. And with that,
Let's see what we can do.
This, yeah.
With our little posse.
Yeah. Okay. George. George. Right. What are you doing with the rod? Where is it, and what are you doing with it?
Poor curious George.
Yes, I am very curious about it. But the fact that people seem to be asking questions about it has me slightly spooked.
Well, that depends on if Sully's settled.
I don't think I've seen you to be able to speak to you.
I have this.
Well, I mean, it's been 3 days, so you'll see people at dinner and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to tell each other, that's fine.
It's kind of a weird one because I figure Sully would be like, it was just some story that guy made up. And I've no idea who, or do we know that it was in George's room that this journalist, this reporter said he saw this document? I can't remember.
You turned up at his room.
He had the rod.
He turned up at his room and the rod was on the bed. So whether he planted the rod or whether it didn't, then you don't really know. Because I don't think George has particularly shared, oh yeah, that's mine. I don't think he's said anything like that.
I thought I told everybody about it. I've got it written down in my notes that everybody knows about it. I'm going to have to go back.
Fine.
In that case, then I would have, I'd be speaking to George about it.
Okay.
Dr. Myers. He's really intrigued about that.
About your rod.
About that gizmo you got.
In that case, I'm going to surreptitiously and without him cottoning on, follow Dr. Myers.
Yeah. Going to follow Dr. Myers.
I'm just going to kind of like, it's not so much following as just be in the places where he frequents to see what he's doing. So that maybe I can get him alone and pin him to the wall with my rod and get him to find out why he's so interested in it.
Crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Things took a turn.
Beyond buttons of madness.
Yeah. I would probably say make a stealth check. If you're kind of following him around.
Got every chance of doing this.
Oh, look at that.
What do you know?
Nice.
I did it.
Nice. You're like a shadow.
Okay.
He doesn't see you coming.
Creeping along silently like a 1930s Hong Kong film.
Phrasing.
All right. Okay. Right. So through the course of the couple of days that you've been at sea, you do kind of keep an eye on where he is and what he's doing. For the most part, he's with the crew. He seems a likable person. Again, for the most part, you see him every now and again, looking at the group, as in your group.
He's jealous.
And
because
you've
he's in
caught
charge of
him.
it.
Yeah, you've caught him a couple of times where you're kind of like behind the wall and you can hear him stay back in the mess. And he asks other people if they about the rod, or if they've seen anybody walking around with the rod, or if they've seen you particularly acting strange.
I'm always acting strange.
Is there a rod in your pocket? Or are you?
Yeah, exactly. But most people like what you're talking about, Rod. But the one who takes most interest, who he talks to most, is that guy. He's called Morehouse Bryce. And he's a paleontologist. And they talk about it, and he's like examines the print, and he keeps saying, look, it's newsprint. I can't see close enough, but it looks old. It looks like onyx or something like that. I can't work out the writing on it.
It's very hard to tell onyx from basalt in newsprint.
Yeah.
What was that guy?
Says I can't tell the writing from it, but from what I can see, it doesn't correlate to any known kind of writing I know of.
Morehouse Bryce was his name.
Yeah.
He's
part of the expedition. Yeah.
I think we've talked to him before in the dining room at the hotel. I'm sure I have, because his picture looks.
You have, yeah. You have.
Right then. Oh, my God, I forgot the name of the first bloke. Steve, or whatever his name is. I mean, names aren't important. We'll get to know each other later. I'm going to wait until he's
Charles Myers.
Charles
Have a look at your expedition briefing. You've got all the people there, haven't you?
I've written his name down in such a way that I won't be able to read it the next time I need to. Welcome to my handwriting. I'll wait until he's on his own.
Loaded now. Suddenly loaded.
I'll wait till he's on his own, somewhere near the front bit of the boat, near the bow, because I'm thinking, like, if this is right, this is like a typical 30 ship, isn't it? Where it's like the command island or whatever you want to call it is in the middle of the ship.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
But being the fact that engineering is probably towards the back, most of the crew will be congregated around there.
Correct.
So, as there's not many people up by the bow in the shelter of one of the hatches that leads down to the hull, I will call him over.
When you're on the deck, or
when I'm on the deck.
Okay. That is fine. I'll put you near the railings, eh?
Okay.
You can go overboard.
Or he can go overboard.
Or you can go overboard.
Literally.
Yeah.
If he's going to cause any trouble, I am literally going to throw him over the railing.
Yeah, look, you can see there.
I've got the combat skills to do it.
He's very protective of his rod.
I'll call him. I refuse to be parted from my rod. Me and my rod do not like to be separated in any way.
Joined at the hip, you'd say.
It's I keep the little swag I've got over my shoulder. It's very attached to my sack.
This is probably after breakfast on the 15th.
Right. Yes.
This takes place.
Just after breakfast, we are taking our morning constitutional, a breath of fresh air to help the dehydrated eggs go down. I've
got down on 15th as well, Professor Jones. You can try an healing check if you've got any damage.
Are we on day 15?
15th of September.
We've been at sea for just a few weeks. Right?
Yeah. So Myers says, "What's wrong?"
I've heard rumors that you're looking for something, and I shall carefully wording it incredibly carefully, take the mysterious basalt rod out. And I should just kind of like I've got it tucked up my jacket sleeve, and I'll just kind of like pull my sleeve up slightly, revealing the end of it. No, that sounded terrible.
Was there any specific games that you wanted, by the way?
That sounded terrible.
I hear you're looking
It's a
for
con
something.
check for first aid, and if you pass a Constitution check, you heal 1d3.
I believe you're looking for some. I believe you're looking for some rod with his eyebrows.
A Jean-Paul Gaultier advert.
So, his eyes widen as he sees the thing, and you're really surprised as well, because when you draw the thing out, it is unusually hot. And it's more than, it's like it's been sat out in the summer sun all afternoon. And right now, you're blazingly hot. Everything is hot.
I could go so many ways with this conversation.
You're approaching Cuba right now. So
It's
this
quite warm.
it is decidedly warm. But this is, like I said, this is like it's been sat outside.
Can I make an assumption that, being the fact I've had this thing on my person since pretty much day one, that the farther south we go, the warmer it is to the touch? Almost as if it's kind of leading us somewhere. If I start having dreams about Cyclopean cities, it's going over the side of the boat.
No, that's not the case. It was perfectly cool last night. But right now, it is hot.
Je regrette rien. I believe you're looking for something, and I'll just kind of like looking around, making sure that none of the other crew can watch. Pull the rod out and, holding it firmly with both hands, show it to him.
Wow. Can I have a look?
Obviously impressed.
Yeah,
I think
he is.
I think for the moment, looking is all you will do. And I hold it out to him, but make it perfectly obvious that he's not to touch.
He complies.
You know, I can hear I can hear the words that everybody else is thinking. Right, I hold it out to him and rotate it slowly.
I'm just thinking how wrong this whole conversation sounds.
It is wrong. It is wrong.
On the deck.
I was just expecting you to beat him to death with it.
No, it's
like
would you
he gets
like
out his rod, but he holds it and he can't touch it. It's like the whole
it's
one of your books, Sanji.
You can't touch it. George licks his lips.
The hot rod is brought out
Would
from under
you
his
like
coat.
to touch it?
Yeah.
Right.
You're
gonna salivate, but you must resist.
Serial. So really, he accepts your terms, but he starts questioning you all about it. Where's it from? How have you got it?
I will tell him that it belonged to my grandfather. It came through the line of my grandfather. My grandfather left it to my father. My father left it to me. It's been it's been hidden under the floorboards of a cabin in the forgotten the name of the range of the mountains, in the mountains that he regularly climbed in his home state. But it's like and that I've brought it with me now because it's like I'm thinking that there may be someone on this ship who knows what it is. I visited some museums and asked some questions in New York, and I discovered that they think it might have come from somewhere in the South Pacific. And as we're going to be passing through the South Pacific, I brought it with me just in case I can find someone who gives me some questions. I hold it out for him to observe and ask him quite plainly, Mr. Myers, do you know anything about this?
He will
He's
look.
obviously stunned beyond words.
He is stunned beyond words. And he will make a roll. He says, I can't begin to imagine what this is. It's not onyx, it's basalt. I've seen something like it. It is South Pacific.
The people at the museum questioned whether or not it was from some South Sea island, but they'd never seen anything like it before. They wanted me to leave it at the museum with them to study, but I have to take the risk. I have to try and find out if someone knows what this is.
He says, thank you for trusting me. I knew something was going on. Why didn't you leave it? Why do you need to find out where it is? Why not leave it to a professional?
Because I want to be there. I don't want to leave this in the hands of someone who's going to be thousands of miles away, who I've got no contact with. I want to be there when I find out what it was. This is important. This is important enough that my family has hid it for who knows how many generations.
He says, I don't know what it is, but based on the shape and the kind of context of it all, I would say it's some kind of totem. Some kind of totem.
I'm slightly trusting this guy more, so I will offer it to him with one hand, so that he can have he can have a proper look at it.
Touches it and recoils and says, "Oh, it's hot! What the hell? It's hot!"
I have no idea why it's hot. It's been on my person ever since we left New York. I have no idea. Today, it feels like it's been left in the sun.
He looks at it, studies it for a good 20 minutes. He says, I have no idea what this writing is. I've never seen the like before. It seems...
Now, I'm going to say this very carefully because Angie will comment. I know she will comment.
Go on.
I'm going to ask him if he'd like a rubbing. Don't you start? Yeah. You know exactly what I mean.
Yes, of the whole shaft.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
You get the greaseproof paper, we'll find some crayons.
You do that. You take them all in to do that. He tells you, ultimately, he thinks whatever's on this thing tells a story. He thinks it's some kind of totem. He's no idea beyond that. He says, the thing that I would say is that a lot of these people on this ship sail them waters. Maybe they've seen something like it. I don't know. Worth asking.
We'll find out. It's like, Mr. Myers. Can you help me? It's like you've got basically a copy of this rod now. Can you help me and try and work out what it says, or see if anyone on the ship knows what it says?
I would love to. I'd love to. And you seem to have won him over. He's more than happy to do that. He's fascinated by the work. Says, I want to find out more about it, definitely. So he will do that.
So we'll work together and see what we can find. I will ask some of the crew, because without a doubt they've sailed through the waters we're going to be passing through before.
Yeah.
Maybe when we arrive in Australia we can find someone there who knows more.
This is it. So, during the day, you pass by Cuba, and the dogs are even more uncomfortable and even louder than before.
We're not
You
stopping off
see-
in Cuba. No.
No, you pass through it. You
My
see
boxes
four,
are so
there's four
large.
stack of US destroyers nearby, and as you pass, they hail you with horn blasts, and the Gabrielle responds in kind. 3 blasts on the horn.
Oh, see, I was hoping the destroyers were going to be like using like the whoop 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 kind of horns.
And then, it kind of raises people's spirits that they see them. And as you said, a lot of people are sunbathing. A lot of people are still at work looking at charts and all that kind of stuff. That night, over like your supper and stuff like that, you learn that from the radio crew that it's been announced that the Tallahassee has reached the Panama Canal. Start weather is seething, where he says nothing. For Dr. Cross, his fever breaks, and he's still weak, but you still have cravings for a little bit of morphine, but your condition is actually considerably better than before. You can do the training, but you will be. You're on the 15th of September.
15th.
Today. Yeah. You can do the training, but you'll get a -2 to your extreme thing. Okay. You need to be followed around by people. Yeah. Dr. Green says that you're allowed to go out now. You can wander around, but he will take personal responsibility to walk with you for the next 3 days to make sure that you're not relapsing, and you're just very weak. And he sells it to the crew like you've been ill, like you've had a flu or whatever. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. However, Dr. Cross, it's left you with something worse, if you can believe it. You can choose what your psychosis is. Do you have arithmomania, which is an obsession with dates and numbers, or do you have enosimania, which is an obsession with the fact that you might have sinned?
Oh, definitely that one.
They're not debilitating, but they
I think he's got enough kind of guilt all over him anyway. He's not really a mathematician, but yeah, the idea that he's facing judgment is definitely
Become one of those paranoid people that sees patterns in numbers.
So when you go insane, that'll get enhanced.
Oh no!
Yeah,
that's good, right?
Yeah, that comes up. So you're expected to play it. So you're picking enosimania, the fact that your obsession with the fact that you've sinned. Okay, so it's in the background for the majority of the time, but when you break your sanity, that kind of like spikes. Okay. And in the meantime, it's training again. Yay! So today, it's even more polar survival, and this is all about harsh weather and oxygen masks.
See, that'd be quite useful, I think.
It's polar survival again.
But I'm rubbish at that.
I wouldn't worry.
Well, that's why they're giving you a chance. They're saying, "Will you listen, Mrs. Aldridge? Will you listen?"
I am listening.
We're trying to save your life here.
I'm a lady. I can't possibly use a mask.
Oh, for frick's sake!
Wow.
Oh, I got 11.
So we have to get below our threshold.
Yeah.
Below your extreme
Exactly.
threshold, yeah.
Well, that's
minus
2.
two.
So
So my polar survival's 10. What did I have to get then?
For
Well,
two.
have a look. If you
2,
look at
yeah,
your
you have to
skill,
get
it,
2.
it gives you 3 numbers. It's the lowest number.
The lowest one. So it should be 10, 5, 2 for you.
Never noticed
Yeah.
that.
What did I just roll?
Oh, so close.
can I spend a couple of to get to 6?
You
Use
can
your luck,
spend the
use your
luck.
luck.
You can spend the luck. Yeah.
I rolled. This is also a way for us to get our luck down to low levels.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Uh,
As if I'd
see that happening.
encourage that.
Yeah.
I've rolled it. I've rolled it.
Nice
the other
one.
day.
Wow.
Yeah. What spell are we increasing on this one?
Oh, shit.
Survival polar. I can't help you more.
Yes.
Oh,
I rolled a
that's
9. I didn't
terrible.
get it. My head hurts. My head hurts. It involves maths.
Let's get
Maths.
that numbers up just before we get.
Nice.
Luck for 1 polar survival. I know that was a great exchange.
I'm now at 19 polar survival.
Hey, that's
Nice.
some kind of chance at surviving, isn't it? So is there anybody wanting to talk to anybody on September the 15th?
Want to.
Nobody can hear you, Ange, because you're.
Yeah.
talking.
Why is it everybody else's mics are like
No.
same position as mine, but mine doesn't get picked up?
No,
Want to speak-
mine's on my headset and is literally like an inch and a half away from the left-hand side of my mush.
want to speak to somebody, try and borrow trying sextant.
A sextant.
Do I not have one?
A sextant.
You don't have one now, but there's one in the. There'll be one at the bridge.
I'm going to go up to the bridge and ask if I could borrow one for an hour. I'm going to make sure it's when
Okay.
the captain's not there, and then I'm going to ask the guy I was talking to yesterday, the
First officer.
first off.
Apparently, Mrs. Aldridge just
Mr.
set up a
Taylor.
sextant. I'm not sure.
That's what I'm looking for.
She's not using my rod.
Right. So you're doing it when the captain is not there. Unfortunately, there is always an officer there.
I know, but
Just
she
doing
thinks
stuff.
she's got some special connection with First Officer Turlo. So
Just going to ask him to say, can I just borrow it for an hour? We'll have a cup of tea. I'll be in the mess hall.
Okay. You're doing it in the mess hall.
no, you probably need to be on deck to use the sextant, to be honest, because you need to see the stars.
Yeah.
You
Does it have to do it at night?
Yes.
Well, you can
because-
use the sun, but
Okay.
But don't look directly at it.
Okay.
Do you know? Even
I
with
do
all
the
our
things at the right time of day. We say whatever.
Yeah. But whatever time of day that you need it, turn up to the bridge.
Yeah. And see if I can borrow
Okay.
it for an hour. And then
Tell
I'm
us
going to
that.
go and do some measurements and matching up and see if I get anything from that.
Taylor says, no, you can't borrow it. I would need it to steer the ship and all that kind of stuff.
Remember, there's no GPS in the 30s. Even though with GPS, modern ships
They
still
won't be
carry
using it
sextants
every
and
minute,
stuff.
though, will they? They'll be like, well, we're going
don't.
forward, but
Yeah, he said you wanted to borrow it for an hour. No, you can't.
can I borrow it for 10
Um,
minutes then?
Make a charm check because he starts asking you, like, what the hell do you need it for?
Because I'm going to say to him, I'm going to say, I'm just looking at that thing I found yesterday. I just wanted to do some measurements. That was all.
Blinding with
Curiosity and all
science.
that. Wait.
No curiosity.
No.
It's only four, Ange.
I'm going to spend the 4.
Okay, yeah, spend the 4.
So click on the spider. But it should.
It says you can't borrow it, but I'll send Seaman Pellerin in there with you. And you can examine it there. But don't mess the charts up. It's very important.
Okay, I won't.
Okay.
Super nice. I'll send you some cake up later. Super charming.
Yeah, what more can you ask for than cake? I mean, come
Where's she getting the cake from?
Friends with the chef.
Oh,
she's friend Doris is Miss Ultridge. Is
I brought my own cake.
Everyone.
Probably did if I bought my own ingredients and I've been down in the kitchens in the evening and making cake.
Can you imagine later should we find any Germans and we're interrogate them, she'll be like, cake or death?
Yeah, exactly. So in the chat room, they will let you use the sextant and the all that kind of stuff. I want you to make a navigation check. As you pull out the
I was just Googling
piece of vellum.
Oh, I know one of those. I've seen those. Oh, me here.
They're very collectible and look very good hung on walls.
Yeah.
Or you can use it as like kind of a mobile in the garden, maybe.
Sorry.
For everybody else who hasn't seen it, this is what she's dealing with.
Ah. Perfect.
Oh,
okay.
Wait, hang on a minute.
87.
Okay. Right. So with that, it takes, just like what you said, about 10 minutes. You use the sextant. You trace. You know that the lines on this map and the coastal things, they turn out to be prehistoric lines. It looks like a lot of the time people, certainly in this age, didn't know if Antarctica was one continent or two, and it was all part of the continental drift. You figure out that you reckon part of this on this map is Antarctica before it broke away. And you look around with the trace the lines and all that kind of stuff and correspond it to maps and all that. And based on that, you reckon that the closest line to where you think is like the Antarctic continent, you reckon it's actually a short distance. It correlates to a short distance west of Melbourne. But you don't know exactly where because it's obviously a map from the 1500s. And you're looking at a Triassic period map trying to relate it to a modern day map. But the closest you can correlate it, it's somewhere west of Melbourne. Or Melbourne.
Quite useful that our ship is heading towards Australia.
It is. It is indeed.
Groups suffer some like arachnophobia, do they?
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
We're heading to Australia.
So with that, September the 15th ends. September the 16th is a very, very hot day.
Them poor dogs.
It ends in a glorious, glorious Pacific sunset. Dr. Cross is getting even better. And the training today is actually something that Sully can help with. He meets one of the other pilots, Halperin, agrees to do it. But it's all about aircraft or operating heavy machinery. And it's all about the basic instruments that they use to fly and maintain aircraft.
I'm going to do that because I think learning to fly would be
I'm doing all of
really
them.
useful.
It's all about like the engine checks.
Yeah.
So what we rolling on?
It's a D20.
So you could D20, and you can choose either pilot aircraft or operate heavy machinery.
One, and operate heavy machinery.
Yeah.
4.
While you're doing it, you're allowed access to the hold while you're taking part in it, and a lot of the maintenance crew come down and help.
I wasn't quite sure I was meant to do that when my operate heavy machinery and pilot aircraft are both one, but at least I tried.
I'm going to go for operate heavy machinery. So I need a 6 or
D20.
less.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. We played D&D.
Again, you can do the look.
Yes!
Oh my god!
Fantastic. This is a dirty, hot, awful thing. So the guys that are training look like this. That's Patrick Miles. He's an aircraft technician. You've also got the half-death mechanic, Lawrence Longfellow, who's helping you out, and particularly as well, the other pilot, Douglas Halperin. He's delivering a lot of the aircraft stuff.
The guy before the obviously German bloke in his World War I flying helmet.
Yeah.
Is definitely an alien, because if you look, he's wearing Bluetooth speaker. He's wearing a Bluetooth headset.
He is wearing Bluetooth headsets, isn't he?
It's not. He's wearing earmuffs. That's why he can't hear very well.
That's right. Yeah.
The reason why I did terribly is because I'm basically listening out for the crew's accents, seeing if I can pick up any European accents among them.
Okay.
Sick. Like a listening check.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Yeah. 320, but there we go.
Oh yes.
No.
Okay. I don't believe they are foreign. I think they are actually all American. Certainly Patrick Miles is. Lawrence Longfellow is.
Well, I'm thinking, the actual crew, so not the people.
The actual crew.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are kind of Norwegian, from what you can see, and you can tell by the names. You know, Sorensen's, Fiskerson, Pulaski, all that kind of stuff. There's a couple of like Spanish people. There's a Lopez, a couple are Irish. There is, I think, the closest is DeWitt. He sounds slightly German. He's a pilot.
Well,
you get the impression, perhaps, he might have been a pilot in a war.
I'm actually more likely to try and talk to the Norwegians because of my experience in that kind of like neck of the woods kind of things. And I don't want to open with like a conversation with a German. It just seems a bit obvious. And just trying to kind of get. Is this like a crew that works together usually, or are they all people kind of brought in to make up a hodgepodge crew?
No, they're just like you. They answered the call. They were all brought in for various reasons.
I guess if we were doing another system, I would be trying to gather information and trying to like find out if there are any people who've kind of come over recently from Europe to join the crew, rather than people who happen to be European but may have been working on other ships.
Quite a few of them have done just that. They kind of play on a world stage because the people that go on expeditions are rich or experts, so it's kind of a select crowd. so that they know each other reputationally. The only people that don't are like there's a decent amount of students. So, like, take for example Abel Mile. He's a meteorologist, but he'll have a student under him, and all the kind of experts have that. So the archaeologists have students. So all the guides and polar survival experts tend to all have come from Europe, and they've come over for this. But all the like scientists, them are like the ones that study at Brown University or whatever, and they've come along that kind of route.
Okay.
That's what you gather in that time. Okay. Right. So September the 17th, we pass through the Caribbean squalls of rain and slightly rougher seas. Okay. Yeah, and just make a con check on that to see if you're all right.
Yeah.
Because the seas do get a little bit rougher.
Fortunately, I'm fine. I'm not sure about everyone else, though.
No.
I'm fine.
Oh, do I want to push it?
Oh, Lieutenant Surgeon Benjamin Cross, you're having a rough time.
Yeah, he's going to push it by taking some drugs to make himself feel better.
Another way. Push it by taking some fresh air rather than staying below decks. So when the risk of falling overboard,
head sticking out the porthole. Every so often the sea just gives you a gentle slap to wake you up.
Well, they always say, don't you, go as low as you can in the vessel and you feel it less. So I kind of counter that by saying, no, I need to get some fresh air.
On the deck handrail, doing some breathing exercises.
Right,
See the horizon. See the horizon. Watch the horizon.
So those that are sick, obviously, you feel very nauseous as the ship yaws and rolls a little bit more.
Not sandwich, anyone?
Yeah. This is a very different situation from the day before when, you know, the stewards were bringing around drinks into the hold to help you with your training and keep you all right. Now everything's kind of like getting rolled about a bit as you're doing that, and drinks are getting spilled everywhere. On the 17th, Sully gets invited. Sully gets invited quietly by Lawrence Longfellow and some of the pilots. He gets told they're holding a poker game in the aircraft hold. And they say, you can come along if you want to.
I mean, from what I heard Dr. Cross say, that's probably not a bad shout, getting a bit lower into the ship. So I'm going to agree to that one. Maybe try and get a bit of a distraction from feeling a bit there.
They're all really jovial. And unlike what you might expect, for ground crew, they're feeling more like they're in it together. And because you are a pilot, they somehow equate that with being more comrades together. Weirdly enough, as you sit down and play poker, you realise that Dr. Green is there as well, who smiles and greets you, as well as Samuel Winslow, who is a student, believe it or not.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, as I kind of sit down at the table, I'll smile weakly at them. Which one of you is the ringer?
Well, that'd be telling, wouldn't it? I hope you brought enough money. I say. They will, be jovial enough, pass the time, get out some Bacardi that they've nicked as well. from the stores.
At least it's rum of a sort.
Yeah.
Yes.
All of that stuff, and they will play poker.
Okay.
You obviously you've got enough money to lose and all this kind of stuff, but it turns out that Samuel Winslow is an absolute beast of a poker player, as young as he is, and he wins quite a bit of money. This is the one. This is the guy.
Yeah, I hate it.
Never
when-
seen a card count
He
in my
pretty much
life.
fleeces you all. Yeah, fleeces you all.
I think the
and-
reason he's winning is because he looks like a very young John Carradine.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll-
Go on.
I say at some point during this game, I kind of let people know that I've been suffering a little bit with the old sea legs today, and I'm going to say I got to step away for a minute.
Okay.
And my intention is to kind of, I mean, we're quite low in the ship, right?
Yeah.
I want to kind of go and have a mosey around some of the holds down there and see if I can find this lockbox that
Yeah.
Albemarle was talking about.
Fair enough. Patrick Miles, who's the scruffy one who gave the training yesterday, he won't follow you, but he kind of like calls back towards you, and he says, you need to be careful, don't go too far. We're not meant to be down here. We don't want anybody finding out.
I'll just nod to him.
Okay.
And make that for just a second there, I'm not able to speak for some reason.
Okay. Yes, you can make a spot hidden then.
I bet you I can't. I made a roll.
Did.
I succeeded in a roll.
Nice.
That's it. It's the high point of the game.
You did.
That's it.
Sadly, you have a very good look around. Very good look around. And there's nothing describing that here. Nothing. You are, I'll show you kind of where it is.
One of the other holds then.
You are kind of here. Yeah. And it's just full of barrels everywhere. That's right. So, no, you can't see anything in that hold.
Okay.
But, I would say on that day, the training is once again polar survival, but this is extreme temperatures and surviving at high altitudes.
Oh.
Here we go. Here we go.
So you can make polar survival if you wish.
Have I got to roll 5 or less?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's all right. That's all right. I'll never do it, but I've already.
This is nuts.
Oh, 10 to 2 points.
Oh,
I'm not spending any more luck because I don't want to fall off the side of the mountains.
I mean, I'm burning through it. I'm going to spend 2 luck, if I may, to.
Okay.
But then
That's
again,
fine. That's fine.
Like you think that 2 luck may just have like saved the entire adventure.
Well, you say that until I roll a 1 now on the D10.
No, you're going to roll at least a 3.
Oh,
my God. I'm so sorry.
1.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
I'm not a big fan of this system.
Can
we change it to something?
Oh, well.
because we've never played it before in our lives ever, honest. I think Lee should begin like when we actually roll it, he should just like instead of rolling a D10, just get the 10 automatically.
Yeah, all right. No, I don't think so. I can only
I'm
help,
just going to say,
you
must
so
be that
much.
7th edition Call of Cthulhu thing. We should have played
I'm gonna say-
6th edition. That's what we should have done.
What's this? What's this game called? Please call Hulu.
Yeah.
And we all know it's
That's
pronounced
right.
Tulu anyway.
It is. So finally, on the 18th, as you're nearing Panama, on the 18th, it is a blisteringly hot day. Yeah, there is nothing particularly happens that day other than the fact that Abelmal will seek you out as a group.
Okay.
And he will ask you all to meet in the kind of like the mess. Once you're in there, he will wait until other people have gone out. And he kind of leans close. He says, "Thank you. This is going to sound crazy, but I swear it's true. Have you noticed anything weird about the crew? I don't mean the expedition crew now. I'm talking ship's crew."
I haven't even talked to the ship's crew. Oh God, they're all
Which
kind
one
of
is
like
that
really
Griffiths
stupid.
guy in? Is he ship's crew or
His expedition. His expedition.
Oh,
I think.
well.
His expedition. He's a
So
geologist.
we know they're unwell.
Yeah, he's a geologist.
What do you mean?
So yeah.
Well, he's...
In what way weird?
Says, "Well, I've spoke to Sully about this before, so I can't say too much, but what I mean is they're looking kind of weird at us. I caught them more than once. They look mighty weird at us, like they're watching us or suspicious or something. I don't think they like us. I caught him in the front arch of the ship. I went there for something, and I saw them. They're spying on us."
Great.
Spying on you? What do you mean spying on us?
I don't know. I just get. Haven't you ever had the butterflies in your stomach or something like that when
Yeah, it's on the
something
back
just
end.
ain't right?
Is this your
Professor
first
Jones
expedition?
has got it.
Is this your first expedition?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, there's always a frisson between the expedition crew and the sailors. You know, I mean, obviously the scientists come from a much wealthier background. Obviously, they generally got nicer clothing. They tend to look down on the able rates, and it's always present. I mean, you know, I think when we were laughing and singing the sea shanty the other night, they basically thought we were mad. You know, as far as they're concerned, the dangerous bit is going to happen once we hit the ice, and they're not going to be involved in that. So
Are you
I think
sure?
Given everything
I mean,
that's happened previously, I wouldn't be surprised if they think we're bad luck.
Could be that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all from a variety of different cultures and backgrounds. So, but yeah, most sailors have an element of superstition about them. Also, of course, we have a woman on board, which is
Bad luck on a sailing vessel.
I am in the room.
You are in the room.
So
Could it be that albatross we
could also
accidentally
be it.
shot down?
Yeah. It
Look what
could
that guy
be.
got with his crossbow.
When he took the punt gun to an entire colony of nesting seagulls.
Look, puffins. Boat
Could be right. It could be right. Well, I hope that's what it is, because I seen them giving us some real good looks. And
Anyone in particular?
with everything that's happened. No, just catch them looking. Just catch them looking. You watch for it. Anyhow, if that's what it is, then that's all right. I can cope with that. I was just getting mighty paranoid. There's something here. Anyhow, forget I said anything. And he will kind of like leave it at that.
You will. Before he leaves and he says that, I'll say, don't stress. There's a lot of things going on. Always come and talk to us, and we will watch them. We'll watch them and report back to you. We're in this together, remember?
Okay. He smiles and says, thank you. I've got a lot of kind of maps and meteorological data to study. We should be getting more accurate information. So I'll see what happens there. But yeah, I'll be working with my assistant, Finger, for quite a while. But yeah, I'll keep my ear out. And he will go ahead. And for the rest of the day, the training on this day is something that Doris is asked to deliver, actually.
Oh.
Does that mean I can't do it? I can't train?
It's cake
will
baking.
Come to you. It is, yeah, no. It's navigation. It's navigating by land and air that you're asked to deliver. So if anybody wants to learn navigation and they have it at under 50%.
Oh my God! I'm going to go
under 50%.
Right,
You can roll.
I do.
I am going to go. I'm going to say that I am going out of respect for Soldridge, but everybody knows I'm just going so she doesn't chew me ear off about not going later.
Yeah, you better all be there.
I'm there.
I can't guarantee we're paying attention.
I've got 44% in Navigate, but I'm sure I can learn some.
Oh, there we are, Navigate. I've only got 10.
Oh my God.
Same.
There you go.
Mine's not even that great. Mine's 45.
Wow.
Mine's 40.
Yeah. You're 4 times better at Navigate than the rest of us.
Okay, going below 8.
Oh, I learned something.
Very good.
Teaching
No,
skills are not that good.
Yeah, I learned something. What did I learn from you?
D10.
One D10 Navigate.
D10.
Yes.
D10, yeah.
Is that 4, 6, 4? Cool.
The rest of you are just not listening to my riveting lesson that I planned and the whole of last evening planning.
That's right.
Navigation 101.
Have you done that? Okay. So the last thing that happens today is that Myers seeks out George Macy. The archaeologist seeks out George Macy. He will say, "I found something." Don't know if you need the rest of you, but I found something. Have you done anything about it? About the rod?
I haven't actually, because I've been lounging. I was going to say too busy listening to what everybody else is doing, but lounging around. I've been trying to pluck up courage, because ever since everybody turned around and went, aren't the crew weird? They watch us with their big bulbous eyes and their strange frog-like appearance. I've been a bit worried about approaching the crew with this thing, so I am very interested to see what Mr. Macy has found.
Okay. He says it's up to you if you want to invite the others or not. But I will say about 10 o'clock tonight, turn up at the officers' mess, and I will show you.
Interesting. I shall, as we go through the day and I bump into various members of the team, tell them what's happening and remind them about the rod.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, right, okay.
10 o'clock in the 10 o'clock. He did say the
Yeah.
officer's mess, didn't he?
He did.
Thank God, because I automatically wrote officer's mess.
Putting you all in it now. Putting you all in it. And he turns up with one. He turns up with one of the seamen from the Gabriel. He's a nervous guy. Says, "This is my friend, Chipper."
Hi, Chipper.
And Chipper looks like this. He nods. He says, "Right, Chipper, you want to tell the gentleman and lady what you told me?" And he kind of like, he's apprehensive. He says, "I don't know what you want from me." He says, just tell him. It was about I asked him about the black rod, if he'd seen anything like it. And the tale, I think, is something you're going to want to hear. And Chipper kind of looks down solemnly. Says, "Yes, I was a boy when I came into contact with it. When I can find I was only a boy. I was 12 and I went out on a fishing trip from Cape Town. It was 1910. The ship got caught in a terrible storm. I knew it was possible, but we were going to be paid for fresh fish to feed the celebrations for unification for South Africa, governor's celebrations and things like that. My family were poor, so we risked it. The ship crashed, and when I awoke, I was still on board it, but there was mist everywhere. The sea was a milky blue, and soft bubbles rose from it, as well as steam. When I looked out, the rest of the people most were gone, some were there, but I saw an island in the distance. The remaining crew said the compass was acting funny, but I thought that was something to do with the water or something. I was young. They said that we were south, very far south. When we landed at the island, the adults went out and told me to stay put. And I did. But in due course, I heard strange calls, very strange calls of creatures in the sea. And I got scared, so I went after them. And I followed the footprints in the sand. I came to a strange set of caves with torches nearby and weird lighting, just like what Mr. Myers showed me there. I found blood spills on the ground outside it and evidence of like a scuffle. I left the cave and I followed the tracks instead until it emerged at a village. The tribesmen there, they were dancing around in a ritual around a great fire. The crew were tied up beside them. I could see in the firelight these black tribesmen had inky black teeth, and as they yelled their words They repeated one over and over and over again. I will always remember it. To Kelly Lee. To Kelly Lee. He hissed it. They carried rods and totems. Just like that. The black rod. The ritual got to a crescendo, and they did the most horrible things to the crew, whilst they were helpless and tied up. I couldn't help but cry out, and the tribesmen heard me. They began to come after me, so I ran as fast as I was able to. I hid in the cave. It turned out to be a long tunnel that went underground. I heard them yelling outside, but they didn't come after me. I don't know why. I slept there for a time, for 3 days in fact, from my reckoning. And all the time they were there watching me, watching the tunnel. I was terrified because I heard strange rumbles and noises below. After 3 days, the tribesmen left, so I, starving, decided to go. The mist turned around, and I didn't know where I was going. It was so big. More by luck than judgment, I stumbled across some canoes, obviously part of the tribe's peoples. It was near a cove, and I heard men coming. So I grabbed a canoe and hid it in some strange seaweed-type shrubs that were on the island, and I hid myself as best as I could. The tribesmen thought that I had taken the canoe and gone, so they got in their own and went after me into the water. I went the other way, dragging the thing further away. Then I got in and paddled far from the cove, as far as I could, into the waters that were too hot to touch. I paddled for 3 or 4 days, delirious with hunger and thirst. I passed out and I thought I was dead. But when I woke up on the deck of a trawler. The authorities went to find the island, but they couldn't. They told me I was in a shipwreck and I was delirious from it, and I dreamt it all. Until you came and asked me about it, I believed that. But none of the families saw the sailors again. And on that note, we shall leave it for tonight.
No.
Oh,
Don't have nightmares, kids. Oh.